But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a midnight hunt draft. I've only drafted on MTG Arena one time before this. I did fairly well in an Ikoria draft. I've never drafted midnight hunt before, so uh, hopefully this goes well. But we have two tokens, so we have had them for some time. Should use them. Let's go ahead and get some draft experience here. Hopefully this goes well, and we'll get some experience drafting, building a deck, be able to passing. How you doing? Yep, Innistrad Midnight Hunt, the newest MTG set. I realized that we've had this conversation before. um, so what is going on, everybody? Here I am ready to jump into a Midnight Hunt draft here on MTG Arena. So we have a couple of tokens, and I'm going to go ahead and use one of those to pop into a draft right now. This will be the first Midnight Hunt draft that I have ever done. But assuming that we fill up, yeah, exactly. Assuming other people are here playing the event, and we're ready. Let's go. One more. Yep. All right, we're in. So this is a real draft, and we are really picking. Oh my goodness, Sunstruck Phoenix is a very strong pull. I dig that. That almost has to be the card that we're taking, which will push us towards red. And I don't really see. I mean, I really like that. That's strong, but I don't really see anything else that's gonna that's gonna compete with that. So we'll go ahead and take that Sunstreak Phoenix. Grab that. So there is red. As far as the rest of this, a little bit lost. Okay, that's not bad for like a red and black sort of approach. Hmm. Um, red and green. I think that we're gonna take this piece of equipment. We're not passing any green, and we'll just see if green comes our way. Um, First look at the red and green cards here. This one's decent. A little expensive. Duress is, of course, strong. Okay, that clear shot seems good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab that clear shot. Okay, we are getting some love for red and green coming around. Already have that. Ooh, I like that, but 4-3. Again, I'm kind of digging our unnatural moonrise. We'll probably get opportunities for some of the rest of these. Again, well, we already have something that sort of does that. Alright. That could have been a mistake. I'm not really sure. I like this guy as well. That's good. That's a strong common. Shipwreck Marsh. That's tempting. We won't see it again, I'm sure. Okay, so basically between these two, I think we're going mostly green so far. +2/+2 in vigilance, or this giant monster. Okay, so I think I prefer the giant monster. We're gonna go ahead and grab that. More giant monsters rolling around. Okay. We already have a couple things like that, so let's go ahead and grab Tireless Hauler. Pretty solid, again, into red-green right now. Plummet's alright. This is a good card. Kind of red-green werewolves is what we're drafting. Ban on the Post seems decent. Gosh, this is still going around. Man, we're not going to, like, pivot into white, but that's a really good card that's certainly being undervalued. Alright, well, we're into red green pretty well. There's, look at this stuff flowing around. It's not being picked up. There's red and green coming to us, so that's great. Goodness, even that seems strong. I dig that. Lost life this turn, so 5/4 Trampler. Okay, we'll go ahead and take the 4-drop though. And yeah, this stuff is just flowing around to us. +2/+2 in vigilance, decent. Axe Betrayal. I think that's our pick. We have 5-drops already. Lots of them here. Alright, so Abandon the Post. Up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn, and it has flashback. That is strong. Probably throw that into the deck. Target insert sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty darn strong. Pretty darn strong for pick this late, pick 11. Yep. Nice of us to open that mythic red card. Alright. Here we are. Oh, another red rare. Look at us go. Look at us go. Okay, so just going to quickly kind of look at everything else real quick. You know, I dig that down here, but yeah, let's go ahead and take Burning Down the House, or Burn Down the House. Yeah, I mean, that's the pick, so there's our pick. We're into red. Man, Sunstreak Phoenix is going to be our MVP. That thing's decent. Brimstone Vandal. I think I like the Brimstone Vandal more, but there's other stuff to consider. Okay, so I think it's the Brimstone Vandal. Yeah, it's got Menace and everything. Alright, let's go ahead and grab it. Interesting. We don't have that many instants and sorceries. Oh yes, Hound Tamer looks quite good to me, so let's go ahead and grab that. We have a real strong curve, although not too many one drops. Okay, we're just gonna take all of the Tireless Haulers. That's how this is gonna go. That's an interesting grizzly ghoul. Yikes. Alright, so we're taking this tireless hauler. That's 3 of them that we have, although it's not very high for the top of our curve. Yep, more werewolves. So we'll go ahead and take the ruffian. Still just in pack 2 here, so we have a whole lot going on. This guy creates humans. I like that. I like that. Brimstone Vandal is good. Both 3 drops. Just go for the variety, although I like that Vandal. Probably have the opportunity to grab another one. That's not bad. Okay, and I think I like the 2-drop. Go ahead and grab it. Maybe we could have taken that 1-drop, but that's okay. After the festival, I don't think we're going to worry about that. All right, Ambusher. That could be the pick. Grab it a little late. All right. Yeah, we have a deck that is full of terrifying werewolves and stuff. I really, really like our chances. It seems like we read that correctly. Look at all the green red going around. That's what we have left here. So we already have a Pax Betrayal, Bramble Armor. I think tapping the window here, tapping at the window. Again, more of these just rolling around. We're probably going to grab the Seize the Storm. Get our uncommon back. Just green and red going around. Totally underutilized. We'll get Raise the Effigy in case we need to destroy an artifact. Okay, now we'll take a 1-drop. We already have a Bramble Armor. And we'll grab our last pick with the Eccentric Farmer. Okay, so Ghoul Caller's Harvest. Oh, that's tempting. We'll see what else we pulled here. Death Touch, so, you know, that could be interesting. Oh, tempting to just take that Ghoul Caller's Harvest. I don't think that we probably need it. We'll keep our options open. That was a little bit of a hate pick. Which is not usually my style. Okay, I dig that. Second Unnatural Moonrise is probably worthwhile. Probably real strong. I like the Brimstone Vandal, but we're going to grab that Unnatural Moonrise. For now, we have so many cards that works well with. Uh-oh, what have we here? At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, look at the top X cards of your library. Oh, we may succumb to temptation and do a little splash of black for some Jund. Quickly look at everything else. Tavern Ruffian's great, but we already have him. Let's go ahead and grab him. Oh my goodness. Considering taking that just to have it. Um, okay, and I like this turn the earth, but I think I'm gonna snag the Sigarda just to have it, not have it played against me. Um, More tireless haulers. I don't know if that'll be good enough. We already have 3 of them. Um, Might of the Old Ways. Probably our first one of these is better than our 4th tireless hauler. So go ahead and grab that. Kessig Naturalist rolling around this late in the draft is exactly what I'm talking about. Now that is evidence that, you know, not only are green and red being underdrafted, but nobody else at the table is drafting them together, because that is beautiful for that to show up for us at all. But that late is certainly a gift. Okay, we don't have that many damaging spells. Still a lot of good choices here. Tavern Ruffian. Um, which we already have 2 of. Still think that's our pick. Still think that's... Oop, and... Hope we got it. We did. Okay, great. Bramble Armor. Is our pick. Burn the Accused is interesting. I think we'll go for it. Nice to pick up a Brimstone Vandal this late. We'll grab that. And look at all the green and red floating around at the end. Think I like the Tavern Ruffian the most. This is what we're gonna be beating people with. Turn the Earth coming back around for us. That's what I'm talking about. We'll grab our first Electric Revelation. And our final pick. Not bad, although it's a white card. Last thing going around. Okay, let me catch up on chat here a little bit, and we'll be, oh my goodness, lots of chat going on. Sorry, I had to focus on draft here. Let's build our deck. Okay, so first let me dig through chat here. We don't have any restrictions on time or anything. Nice, yeah. It's a lot of work to get all that stuff, but it's really nice to say I have Black Bolt, I have Ebony Maw, I have all, you know. All right, so let's go ahead and start building our deck. We're gonna want to get to the point where we have 17 lands ideally, and I'm glad to see that it has already included lands. We don't need to cut, you know, that many more cards, because sometimes this is a rough process. But we're gonna go through real quick and cut off-color stuff. Stuffed bear, I'm not sure. We'll see if that makes the deck. Okay, like this Sigarda. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not playing white. Hmm. Okay, so cut a couple of white cards, and here we go. So we're... Oh, but that's, you know, as an instant, that's actually a decent card. Voldaran Stinger. Turn the Earth. Okay, so I like that. Not bad with the Falcon Wrap Perforator. Particularly effective at triggering things that, you know, your opponent has lost life this turn. 1 Bramble Armor is probably an easy cut to make. This thing's alright, but we could cut it. We do have Gonna go ahead and cut it for now. We do have a lot of 2-drops. This thing's decent. I'll keep it as a trick for now. Not sure that we top 3 cards if your library and put the rest into your graveyard. You know, kind of allows you to dig multiple creatures out. Cards, I guess, are we probably don't need to worry about that. 2 life. We'll probably end up cutting that Turn the Earth. Kessig Naturalist, so strong. Unnatural Moonrise. We probably have too many non-creature sort of little trick cards, and we'll have to cut 1 or 2 of those. But again, we still have lots of cards to cut, so this will continue through this process of just sort of trimming things down. Let's take a look at our curve really quickly. We have a couple of 1-drops, a lot of 2-drops, the most 3-drops, some 4-drops, and still a lot of 5-drops. We might even, you know, want to cut 1 or 2 of those. But overall, our curve looks strong. There's nothing wrong with focusing. You know, having the most 3-drops or anything, that should be very attainable for us. Stuffed Bear, kind of obnoxious. I think we could pretty easily cut that. Discard a card. 2 cards. That's flashback. Seems like that might be worthwhile as well. I like the Harvest Infiltrator. Max Betrayal is a great one of. Okay, so let's see. This could be one to cut as well. Let's see how many vampires we even have in the deck. We have 5 vampires in the deck. That actually is potentially worthwhile. So, okay, I won't just remove that immediately. Here's another combat trick. Alright, so with Clear Shot, +1/+1 until end of turn, deals damage equal to the power of target creature you don't control. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty strong. That's not even a they fight sort of thing. I like the Dawnheart Mentor. Okay, I don't think Eccentric Farmer is good enough. We're going to cut that. This Hound Tamer seems quite good. You know, may just need to kind of completely cut the black, although... And I wish we had some mana help, and we really don't. So that's probably the case for that. We'll just go straight green red. Yeah, and I think that is going to be the move to just simplify things. Take a look at how many instants and sorceries we have. We do have a lot. So I think I'll leave this Ardent Elementalist in here for now, although it's not that exciting. Discard a card to draw a card. Yeah, that's not bad. The Sunstreak Phoenix is our all-star. 4 Tavern Ruffians, you know, can probably just go down to 3. You know, although it seems very, very strong, even just sitting there as a 2/5 can block a lot of things. But when it transforms into a 6/5, into Tavern Smasher, you know, that is that's gonna be where a lot of our damage comes from. Burn Down the House, absolutely in there. Burn the Accursed, real unique. The Seize the Storm, I'm kind of thinking it's probably not good enough. Creates a creature and then has flashback. Tireless Hauler, which I dig that as well. We should have a real consistent deck, and it has kind of auto-filled the 17 lands for us. So we will continue to... let's go through, once again, we need to cut 10 more cards, And we are going to cut a couple of those instants and sorceries. I think probably, I think, in fact, probably we will go away from that theme here on Seize the Storm. So we'll get rid of that. Like I said, this is a decent trick. The Turn the Earth is probably not necessary. So I think we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Bramble Armor. It's decent. Really just useful to play initially. It's expensive to equip after that. That may not be necessary, although it is another tool, and I don't mind having it. Yeah, so Raise the Effigy also gives the versatility to destroy an artifact. Fire the Old Ways. Okay, so I like that for now. It's tapping at the window. I feel like we already we just have a deck full of creatures. That's what I feel like. We have 19. So I don't really feel like this tapping at the window is going to be necessary. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. I love our Kessig Naturalist. Unnatural Moonrise is quite strong, but we have 2 of them, and it has flashback. So between Unnatural Moonrise times 2, although that is different than, yeah, that doesn't actually do direct damage to creatures or anything. So we are just going to keep that. Our 2 Brimstone Vandals. We're keeping that. I love that they have Menace as well. Electric Revelation is decent. I like having that as a one of because you can, really get a lot of cards out of it. Almost as good as like Deep Analysis or something if you can discard a land that you don't need later in the game. Harvesttide Infiltrator looking real solid. Pax Betrayal strong as well. Boulder and Ambusher. Let's see if we've cut any of those vampires. We have cut one. I'm not real impressed with Volder and Ambusher. I think we're going to go ahead and cut that. That brings us down to 46. We still have Clear Shot. Dawnheart Mentor. Which does seem a little bit more like a green-white card. In fact, I kind of don't think that this card is really going to fit as well, even though I do like it. Hound Tamer seems quite strong. All of our cards that transform seem quite strong. We do have this Ardent Elementalist. Is gonna be slow, but seems like it could still be worthwhile. Famished Foragers. Probably cut that. I'm thinking we could probably get rid of that one. That's down to 44. So we have a 4th Tavern Ruffian that we're not playing. We're just gonna start with 3, but it seems quite strong. Sort of have a board wipe here, also something that creates a bunch of tokens for us. 5 damage to a creature. Yeah, that's a 5 casting cost piece of removal, which is obnoxious. It's probably still worthwhile though. And then of course we have our 3 Tireless Haulers, and as a 4/5 with Vigilance, it's going to be decent. 6/6 with Vigilance, be even stronger. We're down to 44. So let's keep it going. I feel like we have to cut either Might of the Old Ways or Raise the Effigy. And Coven is more difficult to get than you think. So I think it's going to be Might of the Old Ways for now. So just 3 more cards. See how we're looking as far as creatures go. 16. That I really don't want to go below like 15. So I think that's probably about as low as we want to go there. Maybe 1 more. But 3 total cards we're looking to get rid of. Also down to just 9 instants and sorceries. Deck is coming together pretty well. But let's see. Again, I like our Abandon the Post. That can just ruin somebody, especially with the flashback. Boulder and Stinger, that just may not be the play either. Takes a lot of mana, doesn't really do anything else, just to like have a 1-drop. I think I will go ahead and get rid of that, even though that's, you know, technically one of our creatures. Yeah, it's most of the vampires I'm looking at getting rid of. We're leaning into the werewolves. Um, yeah, this Falcon Wrath Perforator, not durable. We already have, you know, a decent number of 2-drops. We have cut some 2-drops. We have cut some 3-drops, and just one of those 5-drops. We're now down to 41 cards, so I'm pretty confident. We're obviously almost done. Oh, nice! It has filled in Sunstreak Phoenix. It knows somehow. You know what we're most excited about. What's going to be the all-star. Sunstreak Phoenix is going to be quite strong with everything that continues to transform. All right, so one more card. Can even get some cards drawn out of this Unnatural Moonrise. Almost be Bramble Armor. Let's look at some of our 3-drops. Hopefully we won't need Electric Revelation, but still seems like it can kind of bail us out. I think I am going to cut that Electric Revelation. I think that we're just going to roll. I think we have enough solid stuff in our deck that we're not going to need the card draw. I think we're going to have enough good stuff to cast consistently. Our deck is aggressively costed 3.3. You know, with the most spells costing 3 mana. So we are down to just 14 creatures. We have our 17 land, but we do have, you know, some real heavy hitters. We have you know, a couple of different means to get around. You know, abandon the post here to get around large blockers our opponents have. So here we have our green-red draft deck. So this is our green-red wolves draft deck, but we're done. We have 9 mountains, 8 forests, and I mean it seems like there's way more red in the deck than green, but that will still be just fine. Nothing in the entire deck takes double green. Just a couple things take double red, but this will be just fine. All right, guys. So with that done, we've completed our deck finalizing process. Let's go ahead and jump into our first match. So wish me luck here. I would imagine that we would want to go first. We want to be the aggressive deck. We want to get out in front. And on the draw, it's a little risky, but we are going to go ahead and keep this 2-land hand. You know, it's a little iffy. We really need to get to 4. So we'll see, but hopefully our opponent has mulligan, so that's going to help. They have Evolving Wilds, so they're going to come out a little bit slower. Mountain from them. Okay, so no land just yet. We do have, you know, the healthy amount of land in our deck, 17. Still no land for us. Alright, so hopefully we can... God, we kind of need 2 in a row, and we didn't get it. So that is real tough, and we're actually going to have to discard, so no bueno at all. We're going to go ahead and make it night just because, to prevent discarding. Alright, so maybe we play some of our stuff later and it'll come down already transformed or whatnot, but we do have a 3-drop now. We just need to draw that third land. Kept a little bit of a risky hand, and, you know, sometimes you pay for that. Our opponent, you know, has 4 damage out, but we do have some time to recover here. Let's see what they're able to put together with 4 mana. Another 2/2. Yeah, so we just need land yesterday. Dang. Okay, well, we don't have anything that we can play, so we're gonna be discarding our 5-drop removal here, and this is super disappointing, but, you know, this is part of the game. We could have mulliganed. Let's go ahead and discard, like I said, that 5-cost removal. We're gonna take 6 more at minimum. Just haven't drawn any land for the entire game so far. Our opponent's just beating us down with mediocre stuff. You know, 2 drops for 2, and we don't have anything to say about it. Even if we could just get a 3rd land and play a Brimstone Vandal, it would really help. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is so sad. That is so sad. Okay, well, we need to discard our Sunstreak Phoenix so we can get that back, I guess. But we're dead next turn. It's too late. Super sad. Well, that's how that goes. We do have, you know, we are allowed up to 3 losses, so this is not going to be typical. Yeah, that is not gonna help. Alright, so we'll jump into another game. Yeah, we haven't actually, you can see that I haven't been playing limited. This is only the 2nd draft that I've done on MTG Arena, but we're gonna go ahead and jump right into another game. That is not going to be typical, and that isn't really, you know, indicative of the strength of the deck that we put together or anything like that. I would love to play that same person again, and they could just play 2/2s for 2. You know, so better here, even with just a 3rd land in our hand, although it does appear that we're going to come out a little bit slower. I only need 1 unnatural Moonrise, so we may adjust our deck. 2 just may be too many. I'm assuming that we're always going to have creatures down early, and we haven't yet at all. Alright, so we're getting our land, though. We'll at least be able to get Tavern Ruffian down on turn 4. 2/3 with Vigilance. Whole lot of nothing until then, though. Alright, we're gonna take 4 more at the very least when they attack. They're down to just 3 cards. We'll see what we can do. We do have lands 4 and 5 in our hand. This is really where we should sort of start to take over. Alright, we're finally able to play our first creature. Yay. Tavern Ruffian coming down. So that should definitely help us. That's not good. That's actually really, really good for our opponent. Okay, and we'll go ahead and block the 4, still take 3 damage. Okay, it's time for Burn the Accursed. And we'll probably get their 4-3 here. Yeah, that's going to be what we have to do. We can actually make it night right now and do that on their turn, so that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we made it night. You know, that is gonna allow them to activate that ability once. Yeah, they're gonna want to get that Gavany Silversmith, which is annoying. So we're gonna go ahead and blast it. It's got the come into play effect. Hit them for 2 as well. Hopefully that'll slow them down. We do have a 6-5 that's going to be rough for them to attack into this turn. Alright, becomes day. Gosh, we are just hurting on creatures. We just don't have enough. Okay, well... Pax Betrayal is just useless right now. Just cut that for more creatures. Really not satisfied with how this is going, but I don't really have anything I can do about it. So we'll go ahead and play our Bramble Armor, get that equipped. And yeah, I guess we're just passing. Definitely getting outpointed here. Yep, that's legit. Yep, continue to gain a couple little life. Can't do anything about that, but I gotta be happy they're just only attacking us for 2, so that's fine with me. I think we're going to do the same thing, get another Tavern Ruffian down. That should really discourage them from attacking us. Um, but again, that's it. We just gotta pass, and we don't really have a lot. We don't really have a lot to challenge their flyer. At some point, they're just gonna kind of try and attack through with everything. So this is not going great for us. I've never drafted in this format before. I know green seems really good, in standard at least, but just a little flooded here. Little light on creatures. Let's see what they decide to do. So we'll be taking 2 more. All right. Wish we could. Wish we could force all their stuff to block. Yeah, we are in deep, deep trouble. Alright, well, we have basically no options. We're going to go ahead and take control of their creature. We will be able to scry too. Alright, we'll go ahead and attack. Kind of assume they'll just take it. They won't block with all their stuff to try and stop me from drawing a card. Well, moral victory. They don't realize that it has trample. We do get one of their creatures and do get to draw a card out of it. Oh right, they're gonna transform this. Oof. Yep. Draw just another land. Well, we may need some more experience before we're real successful. Opponent continues to just sort of dominate with these transform effects. Seems like we had a strong curve with lots of 2-drops, even more 3-drops. Yep. Yep, they continue to just ding us for 2. You know, if they attack with everything, we would be dead. We can only block 2 things. I mean, we could have tricks in our hand, but we really don't. Gotta take 2. We can't block that. So we'll go, hey, look at us. You know, we get We get our 5-drop finally. Uh... Yeah, I mean, we're dead anyway. There's... Oh, we can't attack. We can't tap anything. They already have enough stuff to kill us. So... Super kind of miserable 2 games here. We probably will make a couple of changes. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be enough to kill us. You'll watch them play entirely too cautiously, and you know, even given a couple extra turns can't do it. Oh, you figured out that you can just attack us with everybody and kill us, so good for them. Yep. Okay. Okay. I'm very impressed. Okay, so we're gonna proceed to blockers and kill as much of their stuff as possible just because that, whoops, that and like that, and we're still gonna die because they could have done that like 2 turns ago. But alright, so there's our second loss. We are going to look at our deck a little bit and see if there's anything that we can do in order to, you know, make it a little bit more consistent early. Ended up being that we were sort of land flooded there. I don't really know what the deal was. We have the correct number of lands in the deck. Let's look at some of the creatures that we might want to put in. Let's raise the effigies. Not been good. We're going to cut that. Unnatural Moonrise, I think 1 is the correct number there. Pax Betrayal is not really great either. I think I could consider cutting that as well. Will. Ardent Elementalist is good. Alright, so let's add some creatures. Okay, so this Famished Foragers can probably go right back in. Get our Harvest-Tide Sentry. And really only a couple of different things, and we're gonna grab another creature here. We do have all 3 of our Tireless Haulers. I don't care. I think we're going big with our Tavern Ruffians as well. 4 of them may be too many. I don't really see anything else that's you know, great to put in here though. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a shot. All right, so we got 2 losses. You know, we have a garbage limited rating, so we'll see how we do. We pumped the deck full of more creatures. These first 2 losses have no impact on how this game goes, and we draw red mana and we draw red cards, so this is alright. We get to go first for once, so that should work to our advantage as well, although we really don't have any action until Brimstone Vandal at this point. Our opponent did mulligan, so that's nice. It doesn't mean we're gonna win, but we have a forest now, so that will bode well for us. Nothing in the deck costs 2 green. Uh-oh. Wow, not too bad there for Root Coil Creeper. Think that we're gonna go ahead and get down Brimstone Vandal. Maybe we want to get down Hound Tamer. Not really sure. Alright, so I'm going to get down Hound Tamer. And see if they have creatures to play in order to form some blockers. And look at the art on that too. I didn't see it the first time. I was just reading the text. It looks great. Alright, and it is night. Really tempting to just put a +1/+1 counter on this thing and go. I mean, it's decent enough as it is. I think we're gonna Unnatural Moonrise, and they may, you know, they may bounce it or something, and if they do, it's okay, but they don't have a constructed deck, they have a draft deck, so they might not have exactly what they need. Yep, okay, that's fine with me. So we're gonna smash them for 5. We're gonna draw a card. And it's a clear shot. Now that we already have a creature out, clear shot is quite strong. Alright, more land, love that. And this Burn the Accused is good. Really flashing this Unnatural Moonrise might be the play. Now let's actually play our Brimstone Vandal. And just go ahead and attack for 4 there. So we still smash them. They get down to 11. And we have our game working right now. Uh-oh. Alright, so here is land number 6. Now, what we have... Okay, so... sort of in trouble. Although we have some options, and I kind of think that we can get this. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and attack for 1. See how this goes. This is interesting. So we'll go ahead and burn the Accused here. So we'll end up trampling for a little bit more. And our opponent does have, you know, this Toll of Ours Huntmaster, which I would have loved to have drafted. But they're already at 7, and you know, we're still at 20, so I feel like we still have the advantage right now. They're a little bit mana flooded. They have their 7th land out. Electric Revelation and Path of the Festival contributing to that, and they're going to use a lot of the mana on this turn to, wow, they're playing 2 Electric Revelations, so they do have some big kind of bombastic stuff that they're trying to get into play, and that's sort of the strategy that they're going with. Really nice. Really nice that we didn't take any damage from them. It's still night. Still trying to figure out how to kill this pack leader. We may not have to. Yeah, I think we play our Tavern Ruffian, and we can start putting +1/+1 encounters on things, and we can kill him with Brimstone Vandal. So we'll go no attacks here. We'll kill him with Brimstone Vandal, and also, you know, perhaps one good trick with Unnatural Moonrise and or Clear Shot. Yeah, look at them just going, just digging through their deck, so that's just fine. They have plenty of mana. Good thing there's no trample here. They don't dare attack us. Alright, so here's the play. We have 7 mana. And we are gonna go ahead and Unnatural Moonrise. Let's tap our mana. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll tap our mana like that to go ahead and Unnatural Moonrise. To give our Tavern Smasher +1/+0, trample, and the ability to help us draw a card. See if they're gonna bounce it or something. They are gonna counter it. Alright. And that's just gonna be fine, really. I think we're good. We're good with that. And we'll go ahead and attack them for 4. I assume that they only really have one way to block, which would be to block with their 8/8. Maybe they'll throw something else in front of it because they sense that we have tricks. They are going to think about it a little bit. But just one red and one green mana sort of limits their options. That is... Here's our creature we control. Here's our creature we don't control. And hopefully this will get rid of their Tolvar's pack leader. One of the big scary bombs in their deck. Look at them just continuing to rip through their deck down to 20 cards, I guess, versus our 25. Alright, Brimstone Vandal starting to do its thing. They continue to dig through their deck. Yep. We are slowly whittling away right now. Again, tapping at the window. Honestly, Ardent Elementalist for this Burn the Accused might be the play. They're at 4. So just hitting them for a couple more damage should do it. Will do it. This burn down the house is a disaster for them. Let's see what they get back. They get their counter magic back. Yep. Alright, 7 mana for us. Alright, so Ardent Elementalist to get back Clear Shot is pretty much the play. I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so our Brimstone Vandal's getting bigger. This Root Coil Creeper is the one that's gotta go. Ouch. Okay, well, we'll wait. Brimstone Vandal back in our hands, annoying as well. But again, pretty sure we have 2 of those. we're still at 20. It's night now, so I'm not sure if they considered that. Down to just 1 card in their hand. They're thinking about it. I'm not really sure. Yep, they ultimately just pass. Okay, now we're talking. Probably. Okay, and they do have counter magic. So we do have to be a little bit tricky here. I think we're going to go ahead and attack. Force them to block. They are going to double block, so that is just fine. Trade 2 for 1 there. And we will go ahead and throw down a second Tavern Ruffian. See if they decide to counter that. It is a problem for them. And then we'll just try and throw down this Harvesttide Sentry. You know, they don't want that Brimstone Vandal to come out. But that's fine. We'll send it right back to them. This game's been a lot more interesting, a lot more, you know, kind of involved than the first two games, which really struggled. How you doing, Bears? This draft we're 0-2, but we got our opponent on the ropes right now, so glad to see you. See what our opponent's going to be able to put together here. They only have 2 cards. 1 card now that they played that mountain. And that counterspell, it costs double blue in a 3-color deck is rough. Look at them just ripping all the land out of their deck. We could deck them. I mean, honestly, they have 10 cards left in their deck. We've probably gone through most of their threats. We do have them at 4. It's not like that's our plan. Yeah, we're going to play our Brimstone Vandal, and if they counter that, we're gonna smash their face in. So I think that's the plan. Alright, and we're after him with all 3. Let's see if that other card in their hand can change things. Like it may be able to. However, they're going to love the burn down the house follow-up play that we... Okay. That we throw at them. And they're going to be drawn off the top of their deck. Yep. Yeah, there's not that many cards left in your deck, though. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and create 3 little devil tokens that when they die, it deals 1 damage to any target. Our opponent's at 4. And they continue to dig. Don't see this going well for them. We've pretty much exhausted all their resources. There they go. They scoop. We just needed bears as our good luck charm. Glorious victory. Pick up our first win. So that does move us to 1-2. We're still alive, and we can continue to play after adjusting our deck a little bit. By the way, you know, making that a little bit stronger. So 50 gems in a pack now goes to 100 gems in a pack. All right. Let's go ahead and I'll show you the deck that we have right now. So Quickly, 2 target creatures can't block this turn. Has flashback. We have bramble armor, single piece of equipment. We got this kind of junk 3/1/2 drop. Now into some of the good stuff. Our Kessig Naturalist has came by really late. We have an Unnatural Moonrise as a fun trick. 2 of the Brimstone Vandals that were good last game. These. Thank you. 2 of the Harvest-Tide Infiltrators that we have not been able to draw yet. This Clear Shot has been real strong. Hound Tamer came out once. Ardent Elementalist. These Famished Foragers. Sunstreak Phoenix is the card that I opened in the very first pack that kind of caused me to go red, and for the table, it was the right play. Red and green was just what was coming around. There were some other options, but for full playset of these Tavern Ruffians in the deck, Burn Down the House was good for us there. Burn the Accused is not that great. But it worked for us there. We have 3 of our Tireless Haulers, and that's the deck. So let's go ahead and try and jump in and see if we can get win number 2. Currently 1 and 2 in our draft. Like I said, just trying to make the best of it. And we will see if we're able to squeeze out another win. Again, that's tough. That's 3 out of 4 that we're on the draw. So we are... I will keep this. We have 17 land on the draw and a low curve. So we will go ahead and keep this. Even though we don't really have early plays, our opponent does have Evolving Wilds. Check out those sleeves. Those are slick. I like that. Kind of subtly goes beyond the border there. Yep, and there is a second land. So we'll go ahead and just say go. We still have no early drops, so I would love to see one of our 3 drops, come up here. Oh, I think they whiffed. Wow. There is an excellent draw. Have our Clear Shot, so that's even better. So we'll go ahead and play our Kessig Naturalist down. Our opponent missed their, missed their 3rd land drop, so they are in trouble. Now they're just stunted by a turn, but that is just fine. And we'll see if they have any removal. I think Tavern Ruffian's gotta be the play. And it could be Clear Shot. I think I just like Tavern Ruffian better. Oh, we'll actually have 5 mana. Which could be Burn the Accused. I think we'll play our Tireless Hauler. That's what we'll do. So we'll get our 5 mana, play Tireless Hauler, and we should be in good shape. It's our opponent that's sort of even just missing that 1 land drop, a critical land drop on turn, even if it's just turn 4, they missed it once, is very, very strong. So we'll go ahead and add a red mana. See if they want to block here. If they block and maybe do a spell to follow up kill our creature, that's still strong. They're not going to, so we're going to take 3. Now we're going to get our Tireless Hauler down, and all of a sudden our opponent's got all sorts of trouble. This is closer to the way that I envisioned our deck playing when we created it. Our opponent has had the turn of land trouble. But, yeah, we're going to kill that thing dead. Even if they have something that hits it for 3 more, I'm fine with that trade. Alright, so that was silly of our opponent. They basically just kind of conceded. If that's their move. Maybe they have, some kind of bounce here, but we're just going to come down hard on them for 10. Yeah, time to play Tavern Ruffian. Another you know, just another transformed werewolf. So, yeah, our opponent's busted. Unfortunately, they're the ones that are, you know, that are stuck with no land this time. So we'll go ahead and get green, and we'll go to 2-2. All right, we lose a game due to mana trouble. We can win one due to mana trouble, and there's number 2. You know, all the luck in the world as soon as Bear shows up. So there's a super modest rank up to bronze tier 2. We'll take it. All right, and now up to 2 wins. Okay, so 2 packs, 250 gems. You know, it's at least into the. Thank you. Yeah, that's you know, at least into the respectable territory. We've gone even so far. We had a very unlucky mana draw that first game. It basically looked exactly like that hand that we just kept, except the land never came. It was 3-4 turns. Hauler, oh yeah. Big haul with those 2 packs and 250 gems. So we used one of our draft tokens to do this. Drafted some, you know, some fun rares, and what I think is a pretty good deck. Even though we went ahead and lost our first 2 games, we're, you know, losing in the first round, and then, you know, fighting your way through the losers bracket is my wheelhouse. So here we go. Jalapeno 01. And alright, a solid hand so far. We go first. I like what I'm seeing here. We have Sunstreak Phoenix in our hand, 2 Harvest-Tide Infiltrators. I think that was a mulligan from our opponent. Maybe. People don't really know how to build limited decks that well. We've had 3 single mulligans from our opponent in 5 games, and unfortunately we haven't been able to win any more than we have, but okay, good for you. We drew a land, so honestly just having 4 land, our land woes are basically, you know, alleviated. Yeah, man, look at all this happening for our opponent here. Harvest-Tide Infiltrator coming down. So we'll block there. Do take the 4, force them to activate their ability. But we're pretty much racing at this point. I believe we've got the deck that's designed to do that. We got Sunstreak Phoenix. We got the Abandon the Post in our hand for when this gets close later. So I'm liking our chances as we race. We're at 15. They're at 15. We'll gladly block if they want to continue to attack. Maybe they've got some sort of a damage spell to shoot it here, but and they do, and that's fine. We'll get that back nice and easy. They don't continue to attack, and they've already lost. They've already lost that race. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and get in there for 4. See if they are wanting to block. Tough for them to just continue to take the damage, but that's what they're gonna do. And I believe that we are gonna go ahead and throw down. Yeah, let's throw down a second Harvest-Tide Infiltrator. So that's a 4/4 right now. And if it becomes day or night, then we'll be able to bring our Sunstreak Phoenix back. That's our entire plan. Yeah, they have their own day or Tavern Smasher. That's just fine. Considering just not blocking that. Okay, we'll block it. However, we'll go big on him. And by that I mean we'll drop Tireless Hauler on him. But no attacks after that, and if it does become day again, we can't afford our Sunstreak Phoenix right now. But it's not going to. Alright, well we're definitely paying for that. Yep. There's Sunstreak Phoenix. Alright, and then we can make it night again. Although we only, we're short mana and we only have one red, so I think we're just gonna play our Brimstone Vandal. Alright, and we're actually getting to the point where we can play and flash Abandon the Post, so that should be able to allow us to swing for the win in one fell swoop. We should be able to get make 4 creatures so they can't block. Hopefully they don't have something to wipe us here. They're thinking about it. Sunstreak Phoenix is actually going to pay some dividends. All 3 of your games from low mana openers. I'm sorry, that's terrible. It's my recommendation to play 17 in a 40 card deck. What is that? I mean, it doesn't matter. We've got the Abandon the Post play here. So we have 7 mana. That's enough to do both of these. Let's go ahead and Abandon the Post. So up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. That'll be these 2. And then we will burn the Accursed. 5 damage to that creature. Whoops, I actually should have killed the Tavern Ruffian, but that's fine. We got lethal out here. Our opponent's pretty well busted. Can't block. Can't block. Should be the game. Let's see what they can do. Do they have the perfect card in their hand? Not this time. That's going to be 3 in a row, moving us to, once again, even more respectable 3-2. So, not the worst thing in the world. We did have to tinker with our deck a little bit after a game or two. This is the first draft that I have in this format for Midnight Hunt. Now we are on to, that's not too bad. Go from those 250 gems all the way up to 1,000. So that game was worth 750 gems. I feel like that makes it the most significant increase, right there. Let's go ahead and jump back in. Once again, we're 3-2. Let's do it. You don't want to go 0-2. You don't want to go 1-2. You don't want to go 2-2. If I go 3-3. It's alright. I mean, I feel like we have decent cards this time, but nothing crazy. We're on the draw. We've only been able to go first one time. This is, well, I'm not sure. This is our 6th game. It might be 4 times they've gone first and twice that we have. That was totally a big, yeah, that did allow us to recoup a bunch of the value. 100% true. We got nothing till turn 3, but we got our action that starts then. We have plenty of mana for the entire game in our hand right now, so hopefully we just draw some solid stuff. Interesting with the... Okay, we see the Ecstatic Awakener again. We're going to have Hound Tamer down. Probably followed by Sunstreak Phoenix. Well, that's okay, because we have lots and lots of land. I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. We were on the draw. We have a bunch of extra land. We just continue to draw land. That's fine. Hound Tamer will come down. See if we see the same play our opponent last game had, where they attack with both. We attack or we block the small one and they sacrifice it. Is that their play, is the question. I feel like our green-red base should be better than black-blue if they're not just full of a bunch of bombs. But we'll see what they have here. We have enough mana to actually play the game, or you know, we're gonna depend heavily on what we draw here. All right, they're gonna go for the transform early. We're gonna end up just taking that 4, so that's fine with me. And burn down the house is a real nice draw. We'll take our turn, put them down to 16, and go ahead and drop our Sunstreak Phoenix. Again, they may have removal for that, but otherwise we'll block all day and see what they want to do. Plan on getting that back. We have burned down the house, so we have our board wipe. If we do get behind, our opponent has twice the cards in their hand that we have in ours, so that part is not great. But the fact that Sunstreak Appearance has already made an Sunstreak Phoenix has already made an appearance, not Sunstreak Appearance, is strong for us. So they attack and we'll be blocking. Man, that's a strong common. And yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I think that we are gonna discard Burn Down the House here, which is rough. But we'll keep our Tavern Ruffian. So that's definitely tough. We will block with our Sunstreak Phoenix. Easy, easy decision. And I don't feel like that was a great play for our opponent. We'll see how this goes. What was that? Okay, so they get that thing back. That's fine. Yep. We want Sunstreak Phoenix back. And we'll get in there for 3, so that does put us in the lead. We have our Sunstreak Phoenix down. It becomes night. Let's see what they're able to come up with. They do just have the 4 mana so far. 4/4 with Menace. Alright. Yep. That's fine. You got it, pal. So we got our attack in here first. No good options for our opponent as far as blocking go, and we've got them on the run, make no mistake about it. So if they decide to double block here, we'll put a counter on our Hound Tamer and just ruin them. Instead, they're going to take 7, and that's not too much better for them. So that is just fine. We'll smash them down to 6, and looking at our Brimstone Vandal, I think Brimstone Vandal coming out is a real threat, considering they're already at 6, and we have Sunstreak Phoenix in play, which can attack them for 4. So they really need answers right now. They only have 4 mana, even though they have a handful of cards. Again, limited mana, assuming they have limited options. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, they kill our Sunstreak Phoenix. We're just going to get it back. And I think that's the play here. I mean, we're going to be attacking with everything. Really going to put them in a tough spot. I assume they have to block. In fact, they do have to block, otherwise we throw a +1/+1 counter. Yep. They go to 2. Yep, we'll go ahead and get Sunstreak Phoenix back. Put him at 1. There we are. And we're at 10. They have a 4/4. They're gonna be hard pressed to dig out of this. Again, they just have 4 mana to work with. The chances that they have, you know, a mass removal spell that's going to be able to deal with all 3 of our creatures are not strong. And we do have Sunstreak Phoenix, so it will come back unless they're able to remove it from the game. And we've got our opponent thinking. I think we do put that on top, and in fact, as we're thinking about it, our opponent's just going to go ahead and concede. Beautiful. Again, Bears shows up, and everything just sort of starts to work out. That is now 4 wins and 2 losses. 4 wins in a row after losing our first 2 games. So since we made that adjustment to our deck, we've been much more successful. And up here, once again, at 4 wins, that grants us 3 packs and 1,400 gems should we lose our next game. Once again, we're now 4-2. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. We're going to jump right into another game right now. Do our best to get that 5th win. So here we go. Lots and lots of people using that avatar. I see that one all over the place. Well, I like that we get to go first. We just need 1 more mana to get to our Tavern Ruffians and 1 more to get to our Tireless Hauler after that. But we do have a bit of a slow draw. It is an advantage that we get to go first. Ouch. Champion of the Parish. Strong draw for our opponent. Or a strong play from our opponent. And it is nice that we get Brimstone Vandal down here on turn 3. That is really going to help. The sooner that we can get it switching back and forth between daybound, or, you know, day and night and whatever. Hopefully we can get Burn the Accursed and kill that Champion of the Parish before it gets too large. That would be a good play. And just going to cycle that. That's fine with me. Perhaps they're hurting on mana. Not really sure. We just have 3 mana. So, again, this next draw phase is going to be really critical. It'll be really, really nice for us to find a land. See what our opponent's going to come up with here in their red-black deck. Should be... We should have bigger, better, badder creatures than them, assuming, again, that we are just able to get to even just that 4th mana will be critical. If we can get that next turn, I feel like just playing these Tavern Ruffians is going to be really going to make it challenging for our opponent to get through all the fat that we have. And we are so blocking that Champion of the Perished. So do your worst, do some extra damage, whatever you got. Okay. Yeah, they got 2 of those things. That's fine. They're cycling that. It's all good. Unfortunately, we did not find our 4th land. So, they don't have any creatures. It's night now. There's their 4th land. And what have we here? Okay. Hey, there's our 4th land. That's alright. We got Tavern Ruffian. And he's angry. So we'll see if they have a bunch of removal, because we're going to play Tavern Ruffians every turn until the end of time. See how that goes. We are past the critical point. We needed that 4th mana. We did hurt for it for a turn. We needed that for a turn, but we got it now. The second red is not so important. We at least have Tavern Ruffian for next turn. 1 more mana turns on Tireless Hauler and Burn the Accused. If it's red, we get Burn Down the House as well. So, like I said, I like just the color matchup that we have right now. That hurts. That definitely hurt. Destroy target creature without flying. Although we only take 2. That's okay. I believe that we are just gonna go ahead and play Tavern Ruffian number 2. You know, they went ahead and did everything they could to remove it. They're not going to like the fact that we have 3 more of them in our deck. So we'll see. Already a whole lot of removal and kind of weird cards from our opponent with these like double Blade Brand. I don't know about that. You know, a bunch of non-creature cards that we've already seen. They have a handful of stuff. I'm not really sure what we're going to see out of them here. See if they play a spell or not. Ouch. Okay, well, we're going to discard Abandon the Post and Burn the Accursed. Assume they are going to attack here. Yeah, we may need Burn Down the House. We may need a red mana real soon for this to pan out. We didn't get it there, so that is enough for Tireless Hauler. There we go. They're gonna keep trying to make us lose life. See if we can hold them off here. They play no spells and we draw a mountain. That would be ideal. That would be what we want. Looks like they're not gonna consider that as a possibility. We are so blocking that. No, that doesn't give it first strike. What? Oh no. That's terrible. Well, we couldn't really see that coming. We did hurt for mana this game as well, so not looking good. We don't really have a strong way to kill that Blood Thief after it gets to 6, which is what's about to happen, so this one's frustrating. Again, I get the... To be perfectly honest, this person has cards in their deck that is just kind of fucking dog shit or whatever, and I feel like if we played this match a bunch of times that we would win most of them, but that happens sometimes and it just kind of sucks. Yeah, and unfortunately we don't have any creatures, so we can play Burn Down the House. I guess we, you know, we almost lose. We'll play Burn Down the House to play the 3 Devils and hope that we can... Oh, I didn't realize they had haste. Yeah, that's good. We'll wait. So if we draw a gigantic creature and we can use Clear Shot to kill that Blood Thief. Yeah, that's going to be enough. That is going to be enough, unfortunately. We can block there, and we can block there. But that's all we got. We're a mana short for Clear Shot or anything like that, so... Unfortunately, 4 and 2 is going to be the end of our run. 4 and 3. Yeah, I know it. I know it. And there's no... We have more mountains in our deck than forests. There's no reason that we should draw 5 forests to just 1 mountain and whatever. We, you know, we take our lumps. We don't always get what we want, so we do end up at 4 and 3. It is what it is. We're gonna claim our prizes here, and for our draft token that was our entry, we're gonna get 1,400 gems and 3 packs. Not too bad, and we will be able to, you know, we'll be able to turn those gems into future drafts, and of course we, you know, do that with gold and everything. All in all, 4 and 3, even though we would have liked to do a little bit better, is, you know, that is an acceptable finish. Thank you. Yeah, we didn't do too bad. Like I said, we had a second draft token. Now let's go ahead and open up our packs that we have, a total of 4 to close out this experience. So first rare that we're able to swing is a Sigarda. That is fun, and we pulled one of these in the draft that we acquired as well. That's a little bit of a silver lining, so that's fun. Nice mythic there in our first pack. Let's crack the next one. That Rite of Oblivion have we here. Alright, legendary creature, 2/3 lifelink. Cards and graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities, and when you play it for the disturb cost. Wow, interesting. I like that. That is a ton of value for just something that costs 2 and then that you can play a second time for 4. Quite a strong, fun card there with a lot of options. Speaking of which, there's Fateful Mending and another Sunset Revelry. We have Rite of Harmony. Oh yeah, lots of lots of fun with tokens for cards like this, so I don't mind getting that one. Also has flashbacks, some potential card draw for green and white, and let's crack the final pack. It's the Powerball. Here we go. Ooh, a real Bears type card. We have Lord of the Forsaken, so 6 mana, 6/6 flying trampler. So you can sacrifice another creature to make target player mill 3 cards, and also pay life to add colorless mana, and as long as you spend it to cast a spell from your graveyard. So gotta be happy with the pulls there, a pair of mythics and everything. Well, that pretty much wraps up our draft experience. We were able to finish at a total of 4 wins and 3 losses. I hope, I did learn quite a bit about, the format for one drafting experience here, but I'll certainly be drafting this format in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching that draft. Once again, I'll be sure to record future drafts, and see if maybe we can do even a little bit better than that 4 and 3. But for now, I do want to thank you guys for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. um, do go ahead and remember to please subscribe to the channel. Remember to follow me on Twitch and all that fun stuff. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, friends, and I'll be sure to have fun and make sure that we do a number of these draft videos in the future. So thank you again for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next time, friends.